More than a month after the first passenger fell ill and died, a hantavirus-stricken cruise ship has finally made it to Spain, where the more than 140 people on board have begun what Spanish officials are calling an unprecedented evacuation process to get them back safely to their countries of origin. These are images of some of the first passengers to leave the ship just a few hours ago. 3 people have currently died from the outbreak. And while Spanish authorities and the World Health Organization confirm no one aboard was currently showing symptoms of the virus, the passengers and crew who have disembarked will have zero contact with the local population, who met the ship's arrival with protests. Joining us now with the latest in Tenerife, Spain, where the ship arrived, is Sky News reporter Sadia Chowdhury. Sadia, thank you so much for joining us this morning. You are there, one of the, I assume, dozens of reporters that's there trying to get more information about where these folks are going, how they're doing. What do we know?
Well, we know that some of the passengers have already disembarked from the ship, boarded buses, gone to the airport and even left Tenerife, the island of Tenerife, on their way to various places. So far, a very seemingly smooth operation being executed detail by the Spanish authorities, and almost like how they told us it would happen. The ship arrived at around 5:30 this morning into this port basin that is behind me. I'm going to step away from the camera so you can have a look at what this looks like. That is the MV Hondius, the blue and white boat. There are smaller boats around it, and they are sort of ferrying passengers off. There's a little bit of a break now, but when it happens really fast. It takes about 20 minutes from the moment we see the small boat approaching from behind the MV Hondius, and it crosses around this body of water, the basin port, and then it's here that they disembark. You can see the Spanish Civil Guard has set up lots of tents. There are those red buses in the distance. They are labeled UME. They're part of the Military Emergencies Unit. And they ferry those, they take those passengers to the airport. All in all, it takes about 20 minutes from when we first see the passengers to when they get out of this port. And then it's a 10-minute journey to the airport where planes are ready to take them to where they need to go. And we know that the Spanish passengers came off first. They were taken by military aircraft to a military hospital in Madrid. And by the way, the Spanish authorities routinely give us updates. They're having regular press conferences. In the very last one, the Director General of the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros, said to us that Americans in particular, he was asked questions about Americans, he said they shouldn't be worried. This is not like the COVID pandemic.
Sadia, on that point, we know the CDC is flying Americans to a federal quarantine unit in Nebraska, and the Andes strain of the hantavirus is the only one known to pass human to human. So I think a lot of Americans are wondering, how do officials call this low risk when the response looks anything but low risk?
So I think that is a really good question, and it's a question that we put to Dr. Tedros yesterday as well, that he keeps saying that this isn't like COVID. We've seen him say that a number of times in those press briefings. He's also put a message to the people of Tenerife, directly sending them a letter telling them that. And we put in that, you know, seeing Dr. Tedros doing these daily media briefings, but also seeing people in full PPE, all of this sort of isolation requirements being imposed by various governments on their people who are returning from the ship, all has a feeling of COVID. And we put that to him, and he said the current assessment of the situation suggests that that is not what it is. It is low risk. They've explained, the World Health Organization has explained it is low risk because whereas COVID transmitted more frequently between people, hantavirus, and particularly this strain, they said requires people to be in very close contact with each other for a prolonged period of time. And the reason why that might have occurred on a ship, on a cruise ship, is because that's what happens on a cruise ship. People spend a lot of time with each other in very close proximity. That is the message that they're putting out to people. Whether or not it is being translated onto the ground and felt on the ground is a different matter, because we've been out and about speaking to people on the island of Tenerife who are really scared about these kind of pictures. People in PPE, these notices of self-isolation, contact tracing, these kind of things bring up those memories from 6 years ago. And I think what they will need to see is how this plays out today, and whether it escalates afterwards when everyone's back in their different home countries, or whether, as the World Health Organization suggests, it could be over very soon.